Hey guys, my name is Kitty. Welcome back to my channel. This is going to be my October reset video. So the first thing we're going to do for this reset, we're going to water my plants because I really need to water my plants today. Okay, so next thing I want to talk about is my TBR for October. So for the TBR for October, one of the main things that is going to dictate what I read this month, Halloween-a-thon, which was created by Kelsey over at Simon Slashers. It's a watch-a-thon, activity-a-thon, read-a-thon. There are many ways to participate. There are so many prompts, mixing in watching prompts, reading prompts, and like activity prompts. So you can either pick all the activities or pick all the watching prompts. Or pick all the reading prompts, completely up to you. So I will leave the announcement video linked in the description. I will also link all the co-hosts for the readathon as well, because they have been making content, so you can definitely go watch some videos on Halloween-a-thon since it started September 22nd, but it's going to be going all of October. So I will be participating in that, and that's probably going to decide the majority of my books that I read in October. But there are two books that I do have to get to this month. So the first one's for my public book club. This is the last month of the book club, which is so crazy for 2024, not like forever, but which is just wild that it's been a year. Like, wow, that's crazy. So the book for October, it is sci-fi month, and we're going to be reading Children of Time by Adrian. I'm not even going to try and pronounce his last name because I'm going to butcher it. But I'll have the picture up here. So we're going to be reading that. It is a sci-fi. It seems kind of like we're going to explore another planet after our planet has died, and we run into another, you know, alien race that's also trying to inherit this planet, and it's kind of going to be who inherits this new Earth. That is kind of like the tagline for the book. It sounds really interesting. Like I say often, I don't read a lot of sci-fi, but whenever I do, I really enjoy it. It is a genre that I feel like the majority of the time I have a really good time reading. I don't know why I don't read more of it, but that's definitely going to be one of my goals for next year, is to read more sci-fi because I always really enjoy it when I do. So we're going to be reading that for the book club. The book club is a Discord only book club. It is linked in the description. Again, this is the last month for 2024. So we will be resuming again in 2025. I am going to be making some changes to the book club in 2025, but we will be resuming it next year. and it is a book club that switches genres. So we have horror, we have fantasy, fantasy romance, sci-fi, and monster romance, and they alternate throughout the months. And that premise is still going to stay the same next year. I'm just debating on how many books we're actually going to read. So more information on that. I still haven't like totally figured it out, but the Discord link is in the description if you do want to join. And even if you're not reading the current book, the chats are still open for any of the books that we have read this year. So feel free to chat if you were just catching up to one of the books that we read. And you want to give your thoughts. The chats are open, and yeah, I always like hearing what people have to say, even if it's like, you know, been months since we read it. I think it's still a really fun, you know, thing to do, just to, like, drop in your thoughts. So the other book that I'm gonna read is for my Patreon. So I recently made some Patreon changes, and so now my middle tier doesn't have a like buddy read anymore, so we're not going to be doing spoiler-filled reading vlogs anymore. Instead, I will be filming more kind of like lifestyle-ish videos. So I won't be reading for that tier anymore, but my top tier still is going to be keeping the monster romance buddy reads because I absolutely love those so much. And this month's buddy read, it's so ridiculous. I asked specifically, I was like, do y'all want a ridiculous like Halloween monster romance? And they all said yes, so we all agreed. And we will be reading Halloween by Holly Wilde, and this is a sentient object romance, October, Halloween themed. So I'm sure it's going to be 85 pages of just absolute ridiculousness. I cannot wait to get to it. I haven't read a sentient object romance yet. I do have like a couple like on my radar that I would like to read. It came about on the Halloween-a-thon chat, and I was like, wow, that's ridiculous, I want to read it. And then I was like, you know, I wonder if my patrons would want to read it with me. They said yes, so we will be reading that ridiculous sentient object romance. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I feel like it's gonna be so insane. I can't wait to read it. So those are the two books that I will for sure be reading. I love the dichotomy that I give y'all, just this sci-fi, chunky sci-fi trilogy and a sentient object romance. Just I have a very varied reading palette. What can I say? What can I say? So that's essentially kind of like my TBR. I don't really like to set crazy TBRs for myself because I just don't accomplish them. So we just like to be realistic here. So next thing I want to talk about is my favorites for the month. Okay, first thing I want to talk about is a sunscreen. And the reason I'm mentioning this is because this is my third bottle of the sunscreen, and I'm just obsessed. I love it so much, and everyone should be wearing sunscreen. It is one of the most important things you can do for your skin. It is the Hero Force Shield sunscreen. It is the green one. This is super light sunscreen, broad spectrum, SPF 30. It is an ultra breathable mineral SPF. And it has kind of like a green tint to it, which helps neutralize redness in the skin. And I just feel like I put this on and I feel like it makes my skin look really even and really dewy. But it's also protecting my skin from the sun, and I'm like, wow, like that is so many beautiful things all at once. So I'm just a big fan of the sunscreen, and I wanted to mention it in case anyone's looking to try a new sunscreen. Like I said, this is my third bottle of it, so I just finished this one. Look at, girl, like no product wasted here. This is my new one, and I love the design because it's just like a pump, and then it has a lid so you can just like close it and make sure that this just stays clean, you know. It's just, I'm a big fan of the Hero sunscreen. It's great. I love it so much. And yeah, the green tint is just amazing. Obviously your skin doesn't look green, you know, because I'm wearing it, but it just helps neutralize like the red tones in skin. So amazing, love it so much. Please wear sunscreen, like literally please wear sunscreen. But if you're looking to try a new sunscreen, that one's really good. I get it at Target. I think it's like 22 bucks, so it's not like super expensive sunscreen, but I really like it, so yeah. Next thing I wanted to talk about is my A6 planner. I love this thing so much. I really want to mention it because I'm just a huge fan of the A6. This is the Yumi Kitagishi. I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Like A6 cover that they came out with that I was like obsessing over, and I finally got it and I'm obsessed with it. I love it so much. Like immediately when I got it, I put this thing on and I was like, oh my god. And then I had the clear cover too ready to go because I was like, nothing can happen to this planner. Absolutely nothing. So I'm just loving my A6 planner. I feel like it's so helpful. The size is perfect for me. It's not too big, it's not too small, and I just love like just decorating pages in here. Like it's just such a fun thing for me to do, to decorate the pages. And even though it's small, like this is so much room for me that I still have space to just decorate. You have like the monthly pages, so you can like do a really cute like bigger spread. I'm such a huge fan. I'm such a huge fan of this. So I'm really glad that I tried this out this year, and this is definitely going to be my system for 2025. I'm going to get another A6 for 2025. Obviously, you're going to use the same cover. And I made this little like bead charm for my planner. I just like made a hole in like the clear case, if you guys can see that. It just says Spicy Cats on it. I love making little bead things. I guess this will be another one of my favorites, just making little charms. I'm obsessed. I got a bunch of beads at Dollar Tree and also at Marshall's, and I'm just loving just making cute little additions to my things. Because one thing about me is I'm gonna personalize whatever I own with stickers, with charms, anything. I will literally put things on anything I own. I can't not, you know what I mean? So I love to personalize things. It's so fun for me. So yeah, love that little A6 planner. Really recommend trying out that size. If the like cousin is just too much, that's how I felt about the Hobonichi cousin. Like it was just too much, and I didn't want to miss out on all the Hobonichi like accessories by getting like the other one, the B6. I forget who makes the B6, Sterling Ink, I think. I didn't want to get Sterling Ink because I wanted to be able to have to play with like the Hobonichi stuff, and Hobonichi doesn't make B6 covers. So yeah, I'm loving the A6, honestly. I think it's amazing and plenty of room, and the system works perfectly for like my way of planning, which is just making giant lists of things that I have to do. Okay, and last thing I wanted to talk about, which I should have done before because I think I usually start with this in my favorites, but we just flipped it around. But my favorite book of September, which by the way, September was like my slowest reading month. I think I only read 3 books, but I'm not mad about that. I actually really enjoyed September and how chill I was with reading. So I'm actually really happy that I enjoyed the month and I wasn't stressed about reading or anything. But my favorite book of the 3 that I read was A Soul to Keep by Opal Rain. I started the Duskwalker Bride series. This was my book club pick for September. And overall, I'm pretty sure everyone loved this book that read it on the Discord, which made me so happy. There was so much art to share for this series, a lot of not safe for work art to share for this series, so the Discord was really fun for September because there was just so much to talk about with this book, and it seems like everyone that tried it really enjoyed it, and a few people read like a monster romance for their first time and really enjoyed it, and I was like, oh my god, like yay! I love when people like try monster romance, even though it sounds like something like, why would I like that? You just never know. You just never know. So me trying to get y'all like, please no. But yeah, anyways, I love this book so much. It was so fun. I give it 4 stars. I can't wait to continue with this series. I just think it's so cool and it was so sweet. Orpheus is such a sweetheart. I loved him so much. He was my favorite character. And I can't wait to continue in this world and see what other Duskwalkers we get to meet. Because I love this so much. I love it so much. I thought it was so fun. So that's going to be it for this video. If you made it to the end of the video and you want to leave me an emoji just to say hi, we should do the jack-o'-lantern or like the ghost, you know, for like spooky season because it's October and it's Halloween season. Let's soak up the Halloween energy, you know what I mean? So yeah, that will be the emoji for the video. But that's gonna be it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to keep with more content from me, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!